guys, welcome back to my video. So I'm going to give you a garden update. This will be for the month of September, and we just recently got back from vacation where I didn't have anybody tend to my garden for a week. It survived, but it definitely needs some attention. Our basil is officially getting out of control. I'm going to show you in comparison to me how tall it is. And I'm 5'6", I think, and you know, that one bush is almost 5 feet tall. The tomato plants are kind of doing okay. I've noticed the ones that I'm trying to keep alive. This particular one was a determinate tomato, and I pruned it like a lot. I was trying to prune off the branches that already had tomatoes and wasn't producing again, and a lot of the leaves. So it pretty much became one stem, and then now that it's producing, not really producing, now that it's growing again on the top, it's top heavy because it's trying to keep growing, but there's nowhere for it to go. I don't know, it's very hard to describe. Hold on. It's doing its determinate growing 5 feet high, and it's not going to succeed compared to this one that's indeterminate, and it's just one stem going up. So it's fine, I can trellis it. But this one, I don't know if these are even going to do good. These 1, 2, 3 plants are all jalapenos, and they weren't doing anything until a few weeks ago. They all have a bunch of jalapenos on them. I did have some small ones, like these tiny ones. Now that I look, like I'm getting bigger ones. Also, I didn't know jalapenos go through stages of color. They're not supposed to be green, they're actually red, but the ones at the store are green because they are not ripe yet. So they go green, black, then red. This one right here, it's turning black, and it will turn red when it's done. I've only taken a tiny bite of one of the jalapenos, and my mouth was on fire for about 10 minutes. So I would say they are small but mighty. Right here, 1, 2, 3 are bell pepper plants. Same thing as the jalapenos. I only got one in the summer, but this one is pretty big. This is, I mean, it's small in my hand, but way bigger than the other one I got. And there's a couple growing in here, but not a lot. I get a lot of these flowers, or about to be bell peppers, but they don't turn into anything, and they just fall off. So I'm not sure what their problem is, but they don't stick around. They just grow a little bit and then die. Right here I had my garlic, and then I planted some pumpkin seeds that I got from Dollar Tree, and so far so good that they're growing, but I've only seen one tiny pumpkin, and it was the size of a golf ball, and then it fell off. So let me see if I can find one. Oh my gosh, look, it's a little pumpkin. And then I see another one over here, but I don't know if this one will do well. I can't remember what moth it is that lays eggs on pumpkin leaves and stems, but I've been battling it a lot, and I would come out twice a day to get the eggs off the pumpkin stems and leaves, and every time there would be more and more eggs, and I've had to pull maybe 8 or 9 of the eggs that have turned into the little worm. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. I don't care to know the name because they're so annoying. I'm going to show you my final garden bed, and then I need to get to pruning. Here we are. I tried to prune as much as humanly possible over here. Like this one, this big bush at the top. Oops. Let's see. This big bush at the top is a determinate tomato. I can tell by the way it's growing. I've tried to trim them just to see if I can get new growth right here. I got 2 little maters. I have basil, jalapeno, and bell pepper on this garden bed too, but they aren't as tall. Yeah, these basil plants didn't do very well. And I also made the mistake of doing basil, jalapeno, basil. I planted them that way because I didn't realize how big basil got, and it shaded out the jalapeno, so the jalapeno was struggling to grow, but it's alive, but it's just not as big as the other ones who did not get shaded out by basil. And then look at this bell pepper. This one's bigger, I think, or maybe the same size. But yeah, this plant hasn't done anything but this one bell pepper since it's been in the ground. Oh, there's another bell pepper on the back. And then same with the jalapenos. The jalapenos, this is their first jalapeno this whole time. So I don't know why ants are attracted to my pumpkin plant, but I just looked under a leaf and I found them eating or interested in this yellow thing under the leaf. Those things, yellow things. I think they're eggs. I've taken them off before with duct tape, and then in a few days they turn black or gray like they have died. You know, it only took me until September to realize what those giant caterpillars look like when they're baby caterpillars. Because I'd always see my leaves like crimping up or whatever, and then I just opened it. I don't know what it was. And I looked inside, and there was the tiniest little worm in there, caterpillar baby. I don't know what you call them, larva. And I was like, oh, because now I know what they look like. Because I'd always look under the leaves, but I didn't know what I was looking for. And most of the time, the leaf is like smushed closed, and I didn't think to open it. I was just like, oh, the leaf is just doing its thing. Yeah. So now I know what they look like, and I just pinch off just the leaf that's messed up, not the whole stem, and throw it away. And so far so good. There are 3 tomato plants that got overrun by the little caterpillars, and there's no coming back for them. Okay, leaf squished. Open it. I don't know if you can see that little guy in there. I'm learning so much from this being my first year gardening. Thank you guys for sticking with me and checking out my garden update. I'll see you next time. Bye.